everyone, I am Sneha, co-founder and CEO DevCompass, and I am back with another video. We have been, I forgot to tell you guys how thrilled I am to have you guys here, and I hope you're happy to see me as well. We've been covering a lot of aspects, especially on the prompt engineering side of things, which is the domain 4 as mentioned in the exam guide. The last one was how vague instructions kind of come up with ambiguous results, and this one is going to be few shot prompting, which is like how do you make sure that you get what you have actually asked for and not have any vague instructions. So in the last video, we replaced vague instructions with categorical rules. This video, when rules aren't enough, when the right output depends on nuance that's hard to describe in words, we need to show Claude what current format looks like. And that is few shot prompting. So let's get started. And for everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, please head over to devcompass.ai and you will get all the relevant information about this course, about the exam, and I hope to have you join us in the exam. Okay, so few shot prompting, we don't need 10 examples, we don't need a training data set. One or two targeted examples that make the expected output concrete. This is particularly powerful for extraction, tasks, classification, and anywhere Claude needs to match a specific format or style that's easier to demonstrate than to describe. So let's say, let's look at this. When is it instruction only, and what happens when it's an instruction plus example? So let's say we say extract the ticket category from the customer's message. Categories: billing, shipping, returns, technical, other. So infer from informal language, that's a reasonable instruction. Now look at the result below it. Input is, hey, my order hasn't shown up. Output category, returns. That's wrong. The customer is describing a shipping issue. The instruction said infer but didn't show Claude what an inference looks like in practice. So the warning symbol at the bottom, inferred wrong category, because the instruction was ambiguous. But if you look at the right side, instruction plus one example, same instruction and then an example. Input, hey, my order hasn't shown up, it's been 2 weeks. Output, category, shipping. Now look at the result. If the input is, hey, my order hasn't shown up, output is category and shipping, which is correct. The example showed Claude what infer from informal language about any delivery timing means in practice. So one targeted example is worth 3 conditional sentences in the instruction. So when you find yourself writing in cases like X do Y repeatedly, please stop. Just write an example instead and see the magic. Now, how do you go forward, or what should be the principles for writing targeted examples? First, target the hard cases, not the easy ones. An example where an input obviously maps to output teaches Claude that nothing that it didn't already know. The example should be the hard case. For example, informal processing, missing fields, ambiguous category, the specific case where the previous runs went wrong. That's where an example does work. Second one is one example per failure mode. If you have 3 cases where the extraction is failing, informal language, missing fields, ambiguous category, write one example for each. 3 targeted examples addressing 3 different failures, not 3 examples of the same pattern. So each example will address a distinct failure. Third is match the exact output format. Your example output is the contract. If the final output is a JSON object with a specific field name, the example output should be the exact JSON object with those exact field names, not approximately, exactly. Claude treats the example as a target. So that was all that you need to remember for few shot prompting. Examples are better than instructions for nuanced or format sensitive tasks. Please target hard cases instead of easy ones in case it's informal language, ambiguous categories or whatsoever. And always remember that the example output should match the exact format. Like, don't just give any format and expect it to understand it. So it will literally treat it as it is. So that was it. Examples kinda we know that sharpen when what Claude produces. So the next video is going to be about a deeper level of reliability for structured outputs using tool use as the extraction mechanism rather than asking Claude to output JSON. So when the output schema needs to be enforced at the API level, not just described in a prompt, tool use is the right tool. So I will see you in the next video. Very excited. Please do your walkthroughs. We are almost nearing to the end of stage 4. So yeah, I will see you.